Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Hello, hello. Let's see if we are live. Hello, hello. All right, we're gonna start thing. Are we live? Nice, we're live. Bears, has anyone ever sent BB a letter that got lost in the mail? No. All the mail gets here. We're gonna start things off today with a little song written by the great Boggs Day about a group of people that think they went to the moon. And just preferencing this, I have no idea how to play the song, so I just started working on this right now. But it was so funny that I got to give it a shot. But bear with me. I've never played this song before because, Simon and Garfunkel is mostly for gays. But later, can't chat and watch at the same time while bushwhacking. Good, nice. All right, here we go. This song is dedicated, and this is the first time I've ever tried playing it, and it's going to be a little rough. But it's dedicated to the men and women who think they played golf on the moon. When you're weary and feeling old, with regret in your eyes, I will take control. I'm at your side, oh, for when times get hard and your kids aren't around. Sorry. Like a hand over a fluffy pillow, I will press it down. A gentle hand over a fluffy pillow. I will hold you down. When your time runs out, when you're in your bed. Sorry. When evening falls so hard, I will take your head. When darkness comes, oh, and loneliness about, I messed up. And loneliness abounds like a hand. So I've never played this song before, but I can't stop laughing at it. Like a hand over a fluffy pillow. I gotta work on this more. But guys, I'm just gonna read the lyrics because the chord changes are too weird. When you're weary, this is about the people who think that they played golf on the moon. When you're weary and you're feeling old, with regret in your eyes, I will take control. I'm at your side for when times get hard and your kids aren't around. Like a hand over fluffy pillow, I will press it down. A gentle hand with a fluffy pillow, I will hold you down. When your time runs out, when you're in your bed, when evening falls so hard, I will take your head. I'll take your part, oh, when darkness comes and loneliness abounds. Like a hand over fluffy pillow, I will press it down. A gentle hand with a fluffy pillow, I will hold you down. Sail on, silver one. Sail on by. Your time has come to fly. Your children are far away, and you're all alone. So if you need a friend, I'll send you to your end. Like a hand over fluffy pillow, I will give you peace. A gentle hand with a fluffy pillow grant you sweet release. Would you guys be interested in me and Vox making an entire album of baby boomer covers? I would. I mean, like a hand over a fluffy pillow, I will lay you down. It's so gentle. Yeah, so I think me and Vox are gonna make an album of all baby boomer parodies about mostly killing them, but yeah. I mean, and by the way, you can be a baby bloomer. I know it's not all of you, but overkill maybe, says Denmark Bear. Well, no one cares, Denmark Bear. I saw you bitching about the price of silver in the chat, dropping to $25.50. Unbelievable. I bought it last year at $15. Do you need more money, Denmark Bear? Or is your anal probing not paying enough these days? All right, so today I got a couple videos from, did you see? Silver just 10, I think silver might go down to 20. And if so, I'm going to buy 1 million ounces of silver. Not that I can buy, for those of you with autism, vaccine-induced autism, I can't afford $1 million worth of silver. That's preposterous. But all Denmark Bear does is bitch. We count on it. Haha. Yeah, it's very endearing. All he does is finger and bitch. He's spiraling because non-gears are passing on the fingertips these days. Time to buy, BB. That's all. I know, Denmark Bear. I'm just making conversation. The chat has been cleansed, and so now I just look at it because it's people I like. All right. You know my mom's maiden name is Troy, like the silver, like a Troy ounce. Jean Troy Ounce. I should start calling her that. She'll be here in August, by the way. Corona hurt the butt business. That's right, Josh. All right, so we're going to go back in time to revisit some of our triumphs here in the bear community, and then I'm going to read a lot of mail because entropystream.live/Owen Benjamin Comedy. We got a lot of support. Let me make sure Cod's here. He's probably shirking his responsibilities if I know Coddington Bear. All right, let's start with the entropies. I have like 30 of them, so I don't want to miss them. If you take the time to tip the piano man, I will take the time to... You're naming your next son Troy. Don't even try and lie. Yes. I wanted to name the last one Troy, but I don't know, Jack. He looked like a Jack. All right, no Coddington's here. All right, Cod, hit me with all that stuff. Oh, would you like to see the joke that single-handedly took down the Me Too movement? Here it is. Hang on, that's the wrong joke. Okay, which would you rather see first? The joke that took down the Me Too movement, and you can deny it all you want, it was instrumental, or the David Hogg song that's probably the most banned thing in the internet? All right. Oh, here's the super chats. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Holy shit. Howdy, BB. Just want to send a little support before I go to the Florida Keys this weekend with the wife and kids. Always remember, if God be for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Thank you, Bear My Bear. That's wonderful. Yeah, you guys really lifted my spirits a lot. For those of you that didn't listen to yesterday's stream, I just needed a weekend. I was burned out. I was going way too hard, and yeah, it was a combination of just the absurd censorship with people being like, oh, I don't feel like going to Odyssey anymore. I'm like, but it doesn't matter. Anybody that wants to come can come. Anyone who doesn't. I was just being bitchy. St. Louis Bear, to the best bard in the realm, to the best dirt buckets in Florida. Thank you. Your streams and community have helped inspire me to no end. I'm super grateful for your contribution. Join unauthorized.tv and Beartaria. Thank you, Simone. You have an amazing heart and give so much. Can I be verified as Heartful Bear? Yes, welcome, Heartful Bear. Hey, BB, maybe you're feeling drained from the energy you give. You being the best comedian going might not be getting the energy you need. Comedian sense of accomplishment. Thank you for all you do. Thanks, Rhino Man. Well, You know, Bert Kreischer and some fat gay guy started a podcast called Two Bears, One Cave, and people alerted me to this, and they use a lot of the same imagery, like a lot of the same, like literally like bear. And not that I own the bear, but it's just preposterous, especially because me and Bert had a bit of a falling out when him and Whitney Cummings giggled and wiggled talking about how I was a white supremacist as I was being canceled by Hollywood. So this is what I texted this to Bert and I posted it yesterday because I genuinely had some questions for him. I said, how's LA these days, to Bert Kreischer? Do you feel like not letting a homeless crackhead stab you in the anus makes you a white supremacist? Because I have real questions. And then the next question, if you let a gang of black guys shit in your mouth in Valley Village, do you get a prize from someone for being an ally? I'm dead serious with these questions. It's Owen, by the way. Do your agents call you a homophobe if you don't suck their cocks? Serious question. Only reason I'm texting is because someone sent me a clip of you and some fat cunt calling yourself bears and giggling at each other. Bro, you need to be funny. Or no, bro, you used to be funny. Money is a trick. Don't let them make you give up your art for green squares. I'm rooting for you, big guy. Top Gun support group is the only funny thing you've made in 15 years. And then I texted after some thought. Sorry, I guess that was too harsh. Hope you're good. May want to leave LA soon, though, and you're not a bear no matter how much you and that fat homo play make-believe. And then I posted, a lot of people have been sending me this bear knockoff, so I texted Bert to get to the bottom of it. He didn't respond, even though I legit thought I was being excessively polite. I'm not going to say honestly with the joke. There is an argument that I was being excessively polite, given what he is. I didn't even bring up his sodomy-induced leakage that he now permanently suffers from. All right, let's get back to the super chats. So yeah, like the comedy world is so full of sellouts. Like, okay, let me show you something. So this was in Chicago, and this is how they conjure up narratives. They say, oh, Owen Benjamin has to perform blah, blah, blah. It's because I would sell out a big venue, and then they would cancel it like a day before I would be there. And so then I'd have to quickly rent out another venue and fill that, which we would. We still did. We still did it. So this isn't, and I'm not just complaining, this is actually pretty legendary. So one of the bears who still follows me on Instagram, thankfully, thank you all for sticking with me through all these hardships, because we're just entering a world where things are going to get a lot better for us, I believe. Someone yelled up, fuck Merrick School of Music, because I was banned from a publicly funded college of music as a comedian. Do you think they'd ban Bert Kreischer, who sexualizes his children? And his whole gimmick is being a drunk, fat liar? No, of course not. Why do you care? Mind your own business. Why do I care? Because it's funny. Me posting those texts about Bert made a lot of people laugh vigorously. And people like Bert, bisexual Bert Kreischer, don't understand that he's a comedian and his job is not to subvert the youth, but to make people laugh. Calling him out in that text form was so over the top harsh that it made people's day. And that's our job. All right, so watch this. This was, so someone in the crowd yelled, fuck me, because I'm a better musician than the Merrick School of Music. Forget the fact they banned me as a comedian with no crimes against me in America. This is what makes it even funnier. Watch this. This is called winning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, guys, I know the audio sucks. This was recorded on someone's cell phone, but you'll understand the vibe. right, so my question for Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan, all the sellouts, the people that sold out our art for, when was the last time you got a standing ovation, like, just during your show? I'm going to go on a limb and say never. The only time people stand up is when you pay them to fillet you behind a dumpster. I know, I'm feeling a little spicy this morning. All right. Good morning. Hearing nothing at the P.O. box has kind of hurt my feelings since there's a gift waiting at All Seasons Nursery for a month. Maybe you can collect a gift this weekend. I'm sorry, Lilac Bear. I'll go get that. I was, when you sent that, I was currently, it was like all the newspapers in town were going at me. And I was like, I was a little more stressed out than I was leading on. So it was not a priority, and I apologize. But it was an intense week for me. So and that slipped my mind. I will go. Thank you very much. Ozmat says, hey, BB, found your stream at unauthorized.tv after following Razorfist there. You are now part of my daily routine. Yes, we're growing. And I've jumped on the BTA as Ozmat. Synchronicity is off the charts as I'd recently moved to a plot of land with chickens and veggies. I was at least ready to hear your message, letter, and bound. I humbly submit for verification as Black Swan Bear. Welcome, Black Swan Bear. Nathaniel says, I work 2 jobs and I'm a student, but your message must be spread. Tonight is Thursday. I will start uploading your next live stream. Thank you. I can't promise much, but I will start. I care, man. I don't know what it's like to be you, but I know what it's like to be me who discovered you in 2017. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. Listener said, waited too long to send a letter, so here's a tip for months of enlightening entertainment. That was very generous. A tip for Sir Coddington. You crush at managing all this online content. Yeah, he does. Cod gets half of these, by the way, after Entropy's cut. So, and you're helping Cod a lot. Like, Cod has been an unbelievable loyal crusher this whole time. They try to dox him and get him, like, go after his ability to make money and all that stuff. So, the fact that we can employ Coddington now is makes me happy every day. I don't have much, but I appreciate the stream. Thank you, Bearhound Bear. I take no offense to anything you say. You're the best role model for those wishing for the best for themselves and their families. Much love from Ulster. Streams are appreciated. Thank you, Chubby Bear.
Because it's a weird time in comedy right now.
All right, so
here's a quick song for you.
Yeah, what is this? What is happening here? Sorry. Let me show you the joke that took down the Me Too movement, which is why I think one of the many reasons why I was banned. Oh, no one gave a fuck. If no one gives a fuck, why am I kicked off Airbnb? Oh, because we just don't want your kind at Airbnb. You let gay porn filmed at Airbnb. This was the joke that took down. This performance was in Burlington, Vermont. The thing that the powers that be don't want people to know is the liberals aren't as crazy as you I mean, I get it. They're like retarded. But like in Burlington, Vermont, at a mainstream comedy club 4 years ago, this was the response to the Me Too joke. They don't want unifiers. They want people to stay white, black, left, right, all that stuff. And don't get me wrong. You can always, birds of a feather flock together. Find your tribe. Find your vibe. I love being around other tall Caucasians with high IQ. I like my tribe. I'm not saying everybody has to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, but comedy literally does bridge gaps. Watch this.
As I killed the rest of the roosters, I realized something funny. That the hashtag Me Too movement, I'm a little older than a lot of the tweeters these days. I'm 37, so I remember a time before the internet when that wasn't a hashtag, that was a pound. They're literally saying pound Me Too. But that's how I see it every time. Every time a chick tweets it, it's like, enough is enough, pound Me Too. I'm like, Jesus. How horny can one chick get?
You understand? You subvert subversion. It's what I'm doing with the Depends thing. I'm going to lay off it, though. I know how disgusting it is. Trust me, Bert Kreischer knows how disgusting it is. But it's like, to make the Me Too movement about being horny, it destroys it. It's like, you know? And it's like, I just love it. All right. Same with David Hogg. To just not hate David Hogg, but just joke, like just be funny about David Hogg is like the end of David Hogg. Hunter 2024, thanks Burnington, hysterical. Survey Bear, hey BB, I thought I just bought a crazy cheap bit of farmland with nothing on it but a creek. It's a very low stress purchase. Genius. Whatever I do will be an improvement, and I have big plans. Thanks for the constant laughs and motivation to build. Much love. Thank you, Survey Bear. Fief Bear says, hello, Rabbi. I've been keeping up with your streams for years now. I've always been able to find your streams easily because I'm kind of autistic in my appreciation for real comedians. Me too. That's why one reason I was feeling hints of despair on last Thursday was these fucking losers want to try and destroy comedy, but they can't. You can only destroy your connection to comedy. Comedy is eternal. So thank you all for your encouragement. It's really mind-blowing. It's been really nice to see someone so funny be such a great person. I really like your homestead. Thank you. W. Dem says, tip for the Piano Man, will you please play Guns N' Roses 1 in a Million? God, remind me that later. All right, let me play, what was I just going to play you guys? You want to see how you destroy David Hogg? You don't even have to go hard at it. You don't have to be like, the truth about Parkland, the truth. You just make fun of him because the entire spell is based around reverence for the victim. Watch this.
Quick song for you guys. Here's a new one. All right. You guys hear me? Is this mic still the same? Is this a good mic? Awesome. All right. All right, so what we got here? Gun control to David Hogg. Gun control.
Let me just set the stage really quick for those of you that weren't in America while this was happening. They try to use kids to disarm men. And not only am I not okay with that, I'm going to destroy that rhetorical weapon in a degree that's, and don't get me wrong, like when people would see this back then, they're like, oh no, you hate children. No. I love children, and children need to be protected. And the more you see these cities breaking down, no police, BLM, you need your own ability to defend yourself. One of my friends has a mace, just a big fucking mace that he can wield like a legend. Don't get me wrong, you don't need guns. But to say you disarm because crazy people exist is so outrageously, it's Satan's comedy. Guys, rewatch or watch yesterday's stream, wherever you can find them. It's really good. Like the part about the comedy. When it comes to, is the joke on us and only Satan and his demons are trying to laugh? Or is it, do we get to laugh at Satan? And I know that sounds crazy. I know how that sounds. It's true though. So to get men to lay down their weapons in an attempt to protect children, it's like cutting off your dick to stop rape. Imagine if you find out all these Jews in Hollywood are raping all these kids and girls. Harvey Weinstein, Epstein, all the Steens, Woody Allen, all the executives at all the Nickelodeon and all the agents of DiCaprio and all this. They're all in prison for raping kids. Every one of them. And so you go, to help stop rape, I'm going to cut off my own dick. Are you a rapist? No, I'm not. So then why would you do that? A rapist could cut off his own dick. Let's say a rapist can't stop raping, and then you cut off Spielberg, all of them. And so then you cut off your dick because you're like, I don't want to rape again. Okay, so let's say a murderer wants to stop murdering, so he gets rid of his gun. But if you're not a murderer, why would you get rid of your gun? If you're not a rapist, why would you cut off your own dick? Okay, watch this again. Watch how relieving this is to people. It's a great lie that I'm I guess I am somewhat of an extremist in a way. I'm extremely dedicated to truth and my art, and I'm an extreme person. I like to go hard. I get some chickens, and there's 110 chickens. But and I know it sounds weird that I'm just stating this, but there's a necessity for me to state this. And I'm not going to drown in false modesty. It's like there is a lie that I'm too extreme for the masses, quote unquote. I never was. I'm still not. I'll show you clips of normal people laughing their ass off at this. When I did the Pittsburgh Improv in 2015, when they were trying to, or either 15 or 16, a normal crowd Just normal crowd that goes to comedy clubs. And I was like making fun of the Hillary email scandal. I got a standing ovation, applause break when I was like, but you did. It's like they hacked. It's like, but you did send the emails though, right? It's like, that is not the point. And they're like, finally! It's like the media and this apparatus and the system is really oppressing people and they don't want it. It's like very rapey. All right, so here's this song.
Gun control to David Hogg. Gun control to David Hogg. Drink your soy drink and put your rollerblades on. This is O&B to David Hogg. It looks like you don't have pubes. And you and Cooper want to tell me what to do. Here. Now, how's that? So here, and I'm sitting in my Twitter bed.
I'd written this song that week.
The Twitter bird is blue, and it's run by all the Saudi Arabians.
People weren't quite ready for the Jew
Thank
talk
you.
yet.
You guys are a fantastic crowd, man. Thank you.
And we're getting a picture on the TV. You had a good picture. There's a great deal of contrast there.
Yeah, check out my special Conspiracy Queries. OwenBenjamin.com. Good times. All right, so, because it's like, it's depressing to see the state of comedy if you're not actively trying to fight against it, and then it's exciting. Your life goes from despair to excitement when you accept the challenge of it. When you're like, fuck Bert Kreischer. He wants to try and subvert. All right, has BB ever released a CD of all his hilarious songs? No. Me and Vox Day, though, are going to do a compilation of Baby Boomer songs. All right, let me get my super chat. It got it. The chat's too long now. I can't go back. Will you send me the rest of the super chats I didn't get to yet? All right, like for example, this was in I'm using this because it was in New York City. This was in the liberal hellhole that is New York City. Comedy fans do not want political correctness. Look at this.
I go, no, that's a word that's existed. That means intellectually underdeveloped or a fire retardant or a yeast retardant. It means not developed. Like, I'm retarded half my life. It means you haven't developed. And she goes, you're a moron. I go, funny you bring up that word. Because that word actually means someone with an IQ between 50 and 60, and imbecile meant 25 to 50. That hurts so offensive that people used retarded to cancel out those fucking words. But you don't know that. And she goes, yeah, well, a lot of people don't know that, and they're offended. I go, why is it my fault that you're fucking retarded?
And the message there is, because you're a victim does not change my life. I know, how dare you? I'm so stupid. You have to be stupid too. One of the punchlines of that whole joke, this is why I'm canceled. I'm not canceled for bigotry, racism, homophobia. They canceled me from the mainstream because my points, you can't argue against them. And these spells are necessary for their tyranny. So it's like, okay, so why is it my fault that you're stupid? And you have to be that blunt with these people where it's like, well, I didn't know that retarded meant that, so you shouldn't say it. And I'm like, so should I go to LeBron James and say, hey, LeBron, I can't jump as high as you, so you shouldn't jump as high as me. So you shouldn't jump as high because it makes me feel bad. No, LeBron James is he's blank. So it's like, fuck you. Happy Father's Day, BB. You're an awesome father and blueprint of what fathers should be like. Keep crushing. P.S. Me and Dean's Decor are working together to send Joe Rogan a Rogan ruler. We'll keep you posted. Thank you. That's a great idea, Trunk Bear. Cheryl says, BB, I'm behind on the streams. Just watched the one where you mentioned Candace Owens. Spot on. Have you seen the video of Ben Shapiro surprising her with line dancing lessons for her birthday? No. It's so cringy that I had to look away, but you are stronger than I am, so perhaps you can stomach it and get some laughs, Crush on. Ben Shapiro is so vaccine damaged that he should sue Pfizer personally for the fact that he tastes colors and sees evil. No, that was a weird punchline. That he tastes colors and can't understand music. No, that's not true. He can play the violin. I'll come back to that. He's very fucked up though. Hi, BB. Just a tip to support all that you do for making me laugh out loud every day. Could you please try a mix of To Build a House and Let It Be? Think you'll crush it. Celtic Bear. Thank you, Celtic Bear. Gregory, I appreciate the fact you aren't a slave to your audience and that your foundation is the good, true, and beautiful and are willing to call out anything that goes against it. Yeah. There's a lot more at stake than me and my audience. That's what gets me very frustrated, but I appreciate you saying that. I can scarcely imagine having anyone's stupid opinion constantly flying at me. If you find yourself with no letters, I resent mine. Thank you. That's from KOTM Bear. Groover says, there is a painting entitled Army of Bears by Diebold Schilling from 1484. Could it be this painting proves that the whole bear military group is time travelers allegedly? Yeah, I think it's now a fact. Thank you for pointing that out. Bello, with a very generous super chat, says, hi, BB. During my Christian upbringing, not one person was able to bring me as close to God as you did and help me understand what the true, the good, and the beautiful really is. I've learned to be grateful for hard work and to keep focused on only what matters. Eliminating the noise has substantially aided my mental health, and for that I say thank you. And I say thank you to you, Bella, and keep crushing it. That's crucial. Yoav says, also yesterday was my birthday and my first day of my new job. If you're next to the piano, could you play the Final Cut or the Post-War Dream? Much love, Onward to Bertaria, Yogi Bear. Yeah. The Final Cut. I'll just play the very beginning of Final Cut. Through the fish-eyed lens of tear-stained eyes, I can barely define the shape of this moment in time. Far from flying high in clear blue skies, I'm spiraling down to the hole in the ground where I hide. All right, there you go. If you ever want to get me to play a song, request Pink Floyd. Coffee Talk with Barry and Larry says, hey, BB, I hope you had a great Father's Day. I'm excited to be able to celebrate myself next year as my first child is due in October. Thanks for all your encouragement and teaching me that family is wealth. Yep, family is wealth. Steven says, on unauthorized.tv and following for 2 years, we out here, dog, keep on crushing. Sending super chats of running jokes from previous streams doesn't translate very well the next day. I'm retarded, funniest man in the realm, much love. I'm sorry. Steven, I overreacted, obviously. But just know it was coming from a good place. And we're all stronger for it. We're a stronger team now. Sometimes a little agitation grows the roots. You know, when you have a greenhouse that's too awesome, like mine, you literally have to stress the leaves in order for the roots to grow, or else they just die. So sometimes it's all about stress isn't bad. It creates cohesion. I mean, a lot of crazy people have figured this out to a point where they do trauma-based mind control, where they stress populations in order to get. You guys understand? I don't need to go dark. Yoav Grossman. More of my favorite, I'm going to guess you're a Jew. BB, wanted to thank you for all your hard work, hilarious jokes, valuable insights, and delicious gravy you've shared with the Bears. However you decide to do the future streams, know that we value them and you. Yeah, I'm just going to take weekends off, and when the chat's pissing me off, I'm going to get off. It's my fault. You know, bothered people are bothered. And so whenever I'm bothered, it means there's something in me that is connecting to it. And so if I'm feeling very agitated, I know that it's on me. And if it's not comedic, I'm out. But I'm also happy that these things happen, though, so that we can bond more and share more of what we think. I'm grateful to have been in this community you built all these years. God bless you and the Bears, Yogi Bear. Thank you, Yogi Bear. It's a great name, too. Congrats on your job. Violet says, hey, Owen, do you know any Jim Croce, operator of Time in a Bottle? I use Time in a Bottle for the father's-daughter dance. Happy Father's Day. Be Speckled Bear. I don't know that, but I'll check it out. Sir Fender says, there's a season for everything. Personally, I'm enjoying this season. Thank you for... Yeah, me too. Yeah, I enjoy all the seasons. You're right. Thank you for all you do, and you keep the music and comedy flowing. Your Chinese accent kills me. Me put Band-Aid in your Coke. Yeah. Have you considered recording an album of serious covers and parodies? Yeah, me and Vox are going to do a Baby Boomer album. Like a hand over gentle, fluffy pillow. I will hold it down. You know, because there are some people that just have to go. I'm not encouraging that. BB, you nailed it with your thoughts on law enforcement. I've been an officer for 18 years. Most of us want to get out. There's no way you can pay us enough anymore. It's now for retards. Big Sky Bear. Yeah, and God bless you guys, man, because when things go rough and you got a number to call that for people that can come help, the fact that we don't appreciate those guys and want to focus on the dumbest shit is crazy. And I have much respect for you guys, and I can't, you guys are in a similar situation as comedians. They're now paying you to not, enforce the law. They're now paying comedians to not be funny. And so I think one of the bonding factors of all of us here is a lot of us want to do good and not just get money and lollipops and pats on the head. Like, I'm sure Big Sky Bear knows all about who gets promoted up the political chain and police departments. The average beat cop, the average sheriff's deputy, really good guys. A lot of sheriffs are really cool too. You get into captains and shit and chiefs, dude, a lot of them, I'd say it's at least 50% gamma. And then the higher up you go, the more they're politically motivated. They're not motivated by the same things that, when people become a police officer, most of them do it because they want to help people. The ones that do it for power are promoted. Think about how crazy that is. I had a good friend of mine, who in a police department around here that shall for the time being remain nameless, he was fired because he refused to wear a mask. And God bless him, and he's crushing now, and great things are coming from this dude. But it's it was gammas, dude. It's like the brass, the politics of law enforcement are insane. Like the people saying you have to stand down to Antifa and all that, that's not coming from the cops. When you see a cop on the street, you're not looking at an enemy. Sometimes, yeah, it depends. In certain situations, they can be acting tyrannical to desperately keep their job, but in general, the guys that do that job, they usually have a sense of morality or else you couldn't do the job. If you're knocking on a door of someone with a warrant out for 2 assaults, an attempted murder, and meth, you do not know what's on the other side of that door. Knock, 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 police. We have a warrant. It's boom! You don't know what the fuck's there. Do you understand how insanely scary that is? Unless you have a feeling like you're doing something good. That's why it's if you're oh, how dare you? How dare you? Look at Los Angeles. It's burning, dude. It's burning. All right, so God bless you, my friend, and all the cops out there, because I know what you're going through. It sucks. A lot of these captains, even lieutenants, I'd say they're 30% gamma, captain 50%, chief 75%. Sheriffs are elected by the people, so if you have a really good moral county, you can have awesome sheriffs. And then when you have an awesome sheriff, the sheriff's deputy, the county is where you should have all your law enforcement. County. You shouldn't have state police. No offense, all the state police bears. But it's we weren't supposed to have state police. We're supposed to have county. And, we can get into that. And some of my favorite cops are highway patrol. They're good guys, but it's not supposed to have a police unit underneath the governor. As you can see by 2020, it's really crazy. All right. Happy day, BB. Please play Just Wait by Blues Traveler. I don't know that one, Comfortable Bear. I'm almost done with the super chats, and thank you all so much for these. Huge. If you think about your burnt gravy like Tolkien, it's pretty funny. As like dwarves dug too deep into the mines of Moria, they unearthed the ancient Barlog, which led to their demise. You dug too deep into the gravy well and unearthed a Mutby Knife at a Thai restaurant. Funny sketch, allegedly. Yeah, Jim Bob texted me yesterday that the Thai restaurant part made him laugh out loud. And he said it should be in the animated movie. For those of you that didn't know, I was so burned out from like comedy and gravy and just dealing with trolls and media and managing people and just freakouts, and that I was going into a Thai restaurant and they needed staff. And my first instinct was I could work here. Maybe they'd hire me. And then I started laughing because I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? But it's like that. I just wanted something in my life that wasn't constant screaming and screeching. And so then it's on me to not engage with that. If I have to eventually, so far so good. My Instagram's on private. It's not even my name. Most people don't even know it's me. So it's like my engagement is awesome. The Bertari Times engagement makes me happy. It actually gives me energy. But if it came to it, I just delete my Instagram, but I think I'll be fine. I just need weekends off. I am an extreme person, and I go so hard when I'm passionate about something that I can burn out. And so I have to keeping a Sabbath is legitimately really good advice. Like, you should have a day where you don't do anything. And that'll allow you to crush the other 6 days way better. I'm taking 2 days. Sorry about that. I don't know why that does that. I'll figure that out. Making the job easier to get through, BB. Another day, another step out of Babylon. Many thanks, Rabbi. Thank you, OBB. We all burn the gravy from time to time, brother. The fact that you burned yours, pointing out how if Joe Rogan sits on Alex Jones's shoulders, he can barely faintly make out the silhouette of your kneecap in the sky, is why we love you. Crush on, my friend. Yeah, a huge amount of the troll backlash I got was making fun of short men. And it's you, man. It's how you view yourself. Like, I got a great letter yesterday from someone who was 16 Rogans, a Puerto Rican or Dominican, and loves the channel. Like, really appreciative guy. Dude, 16 Rogans. Because he doesn't see himself as short. I mean, he's short. Obviously, he's insanely short. But it's like, it doesn't affect him. When you get offended, it only reveals how you view yourself. It's not me. I'm just a fucking local reluctant warlord bard comedian, goat farmer. Like, just your average everyday exiled comedian goat farmer just making his day in the world today. All right, what else? So I caught up on all the super chats, I believe, Kyneton. Female perspective, it's like someone making a fat girl joke. If you're offended, it means you think you're fat. Yeah, exactly. It's how people actually have, for as much as it appears like everybody is has a high self-esteem, like people all think they're gods and everything, they actually hate themselves. That's why it's like, how dare you fat shame? How dare you black skin shame? It's like, you stole my bike. It's like you're black skin shaming. It's because they view themselves like that. That's one reason why I've been focusing on trying to lose some weight and getting healthy and stuff, because I was viewing myself fat. And I didn't like it. It was like, I was like not enjoying how I was. Like, if someone called me fat, I was like, fuck you, because I felt fat. If I didn't, like, when people call me transgender or something, it doesn't affect me, because I'm like, I don't view myself as a 6'8" woman who's made 3 kids with his dick. But I did see myself as fat. So it's like, that's why the gammas and the trolls can actually help. I hate being around them, though, because they're so fucking insane. But it's like, does it affect you? Does it bother you? If it does, what does that mean about yourself? What if offended people offend me? What am I? I don't know. You're gay. Mostly a gay guy. All right, let's continue. Here is something really fun. Oh, and speaking of, dude, this is a great response by Tucker Carlson. Last month, I texted Tucker Carlson to ask him a question that was on my mind. Did you get vaccinated? When was the last time you had sex with your wife, and in what position? He replied. We can trade intimate details. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say Tucker Carlson gets it. I like that about him. I think he's pretty late to the party. You know, and he did condemn truthers a while back, and he can be a shill, but I don't think I'm not gonna attribute intention because I don't know what's going on in Tucker Carlson's mind or heart. But I think he's just, my guess, and I'm not making a statement or claim, is he's now seeing how right a lot of truthers were. And he sees that the wolf is at his door. And so he's like, it's overwhelming, dude. When you first see it, it's overwhelming. And I think he's like, oh, shit. And him and Joe Rogan know that they're next. And so they can play make-believe all they want and be like, oh, yeah, I'll promote the gays and everything. But it's like, yeah, will you promote the vaccine? They're like, no. They're like, well, then you're canceled. And they're like, no, but I mostly hold the shill line. I pretend there's Democrats and Republicans fighting each other. And it's like, no, now you got to say you got to cut off your dick to get cryptocurrency. Because we have to stop rape. Guys, I'm not joking. I mean, it's funny, but like, there easily could come a time when to get your crypto, because they want to lower the population, you have to agree to remove your penis. Because if you don't, it means you hate women because of rape. They did it with guns. If you took someone from 200 years ago and said, because someone shot up a school, allegedly, you have to give up your guns, they'd be like, no, that means we need more guns. We have to find the guy and shoot the guy who did it. It's like, no, you having guns means people will shoot. It's like, what? You having a dick means people rape. But I don't rape. Doesn't matter. The best thing to do is get rid of all the dicks. Oh, you don't need a gun. We have police for that. You don't need your own words. We have the media for that. You don't need your own dick. We have the blacks for that. Just kidding, blacks. We all know that you're on the chopping block more than anybody. Dude, critical race theory is another one of Satan's hilarious jokes that I'm ruining. It's to keep blacks down. Okay, there's this great, I'll email this to myself, and then I will, one second. I got to show you guys this video. It's like this black is making all these points thinking that, do people not understand how eugenics work? Hang on a second. Thinking he's making these great points, and every conservative, and I've been responding to people like Charlie Kirk. Like, you guys have seen this, right? This guy, I'll email it to myself. Charlie Kirk and all these people are like, oh my God, this guy's so eloquent and genius. I comment, I'm like, if a white guy said the same stuff, you wouldn't have posted it. You have a black fetish, Charlie. Like, if a white guy who makes all these critical race theory points made all the exact same points, they wouldn't do it. Hang on, I think, one second. I'll just turn off my volume. All the special boys are now going to try to troll me, I think. Hang on, I'll just turn off this. Options. I don't know how any of this works. But for now, I'll turn this off. Hang on, how do I get it out of bigotry of low expectations? It's more than that, though. It's a sexual fetish. They want to see blacks bang their wife. And I know I'm escalating. I know. Why can't you just say bigotry of low expectations? I understand low expectations. A lot of blacks have lower performance. Oh my God, how dare you? It's true. Like, imagine if you're playing basketball and all the blacks treat you, you're like, whoa, man, yo, dog, you can really jump. It's like, I can only jump the third highest on our team. It's like, I know, but you white. All right, so watch. It's like, but see, the next level that a lot of people don't see is critical race theory is to keep black people in their slavery. You know? All right, watch this. Yeah, I got to the volume. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
How to dislike each other. That's pretty much, I don't care what I say, it's pretty much what it's going to all come down to. You're going to deliberately teach kids, this white kid right here got it better than you because he white? You're going to personally tell a white kid, oh, the black people are all down and suppressed. How do I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed?
I don't know, you shouldn't.
We've only got 5 minutes now. 5 minutes. 2 medical degrees. race. No mom, no dad in the house. Worked my way through college. Sat there and hustled my butt off to get through college. You gonna tell me somebody that looked like all y'all white folks kept me from doing that? Are you
They
serious?
should have.
Not one white person ever came to me and say, well, son, you're never going to be able to get to work.
It's
you know
'cause
white
I
people."
didn't know
And guess
you.
What? What's sickening about this whole thing is what y'all doing right now is already something I do in my community right now to speak out against stuff because black folks are getting told by other black folks, oh, you know you ain't going to be able to do nothing out there in the world because them white folks ain't
Right,
going to get no
right,
work. You know
good.
you're gonna be able to do it because you know, the white man going to keep you down. Well, how did I get where I am right now?
I don't
Some
know.
white
It's a
man kept me
mistake.
down. How am I now directing over folks that look just like you guys in this room right now? How? What kept me
You
down?
slipped
What
through the
oppressed me?
cracks.
I work for myself from off the streets to where I am right now. You gonna sit here and tell me this lie of critical race theory? This the reason why black folks can't get ahead?
Just real
because of-
quick, there's no way you trust your family with him as a doctor. Carl Jr. crushing? No. This is a man who has no business being a doctor. I don't know how he slipped through the cracks, but I don't like it.
Folks, are you kidding me? This is what we come to now. I can't believe we even talking about this right now.
I
The
can.
last thing I'm gonna say right here is something that's crazy. Martin Luther King said he wanted his kids to grow up in a world where they are judged by the contents of their
He
what?
smoked crack and banged
Not
guys.
their skin. If they let this stuff go on right now, it is absolutely doing the complete reverse of what
Guys, quoting Martin Luther King Jr., he's a crackhead who fucked dudes. Fact. Have you read the FBI profiles on Martin Luther King Jr.? Real bad guy. I don't like that this guy got through the critical race theory cracks. Listen.
So when February comes, don't talk about Martin Luther King. When February comes, don't talk about Black History Month. Y'all gonna sit there and just pretty much pee on his grave with this nonsense?
Shut up.
That's exactly what's about to happen. Lastly, we are talking about our kids. We are talking about our children. What's so sickening about me, I love
It's kids, not kids. Kids. Ask. You swing an axe. You ask a question. What is a kid? It's kid. Kids.
Discovery Channel. You will see that on the Discovery Channel, animals will put their lives on the line to protect their children from danger.
Speak for yourself, black guy, but we're not animals.
They want to get to the heart of the matter, get to the meat of the matter, get to more of the story. When it all comes down to it, the person that's going to be suffering from this, the one's going to be hurt from this, is the kids. 10 years
Kids.
from now, if this stuff goes on, whose fault is it going to be? Whose fault is it going to be? Who we going to look back on and blame for this? Because this is stuff we talking about.
I
right
know.
Now. This stuff is going on right now. I do this
If
stuff.
another black guy becomes a doctor, even though we have critical race theory, it's a problem. We got to keep telling the blacks, whites are keeping you down. You're still a slave. Dude, critical race theory is the greatest thing to happen to America. I don't understand how people don't see that. It's like, teach the blacks their place. Let's let this guy finish.
I'm in the hood. I'm in the communities. I'm out there.
So do you have a scalpel in your hand when you're operating on people? You're from the hood? Does it have a name? Why are you using Ebonic lingo when addressing officials? You're a doctor? How did this happen? Guys, we need critical race theory in every school. The blacks are the slaves. The whites are the masters. And then everyone feels a lot of guilt and shame about it, but then they actually start doing it. It's great. I love critical race theory.
In their face. I've been doing this stuff since I was 18 years old, talking to black folks. And you know what? None of them are buying this nonsense.
Well,
None
they're
of them
wrong.
are. But if you want to implement this into the school system,
Basically, what he's saying is blacks won't accept their status as slaves. Yeah, slavery stopped in 1863 on Juneteenth. No, it didn't. You're still slaves. And if we don't teach our kids critical race theory, these fucking guys are going to start thinking they can be doctors. We have an epidemic on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We got all these black people in the hood who don't know they're still under us. So we got to teach the kids that critical race theory is essential. If we don't teach that whites keep down the blacks, how the fuck are we supposed to get out of this mess? Look at this guy. He thinks he's a doctor. Look at this.
to the day that I die, I'm going to be the very person right there debunking stuff, tearing stuff down, letting them know they can do exactly what I did and get exactly where I am by putting themselves to work and getting there. And ain't not one white person ever.
Stop yelling, black guy. I'm a comedian. You're literally talking to people like in a serious manner. What are those Beats by Dre that you're wearing around your neck? Like you don't have to listen to rap all day, every single day. Your Wikipedia page now says updating. Guys, what I'm doing is obviously very funny. I like that guy. I'm glad he's a doctor. Kind of. I wouldn't go under the knife with him, but hopefully he's like some form of like general doctor who likes to tell you how it is. But it's like critical race theory is the segregation. It's fucking hysterical. Oh, so the Democrats did real racist. No, it's not like that. It's deeper than that. I have a dream. The black man and white man will come to my hotel tonight. Oh, I have a dream today that the little Jew kid and the little Gentile kid will watch me and Jesse Jackson go to work after puffing on the crack rock. I have a dream today. All right. What I did, for those of you that are vaccine damaged, I know it's a growing population or raised by screens. What I just did was extremely comedic. Now, you probably won't even know where I actually stand because that's kind of the point of comedy. I'm not here to lecture you. What I just did, taking the angle I did of like the extremely racist pro-critical race theory guy is obviously funny. And I know that some people can't connect to that humor anymore because they've been injected by like 70 vaccines. So they're like, not compute. That was fucking hilarious, dude. Yeah. It's like watching, because every right-wing retard's like, bravo, look, black people can be a doctor too, Timmy. It's like, just stop. They don't want to be doctors. They want to drink crunk. They want to fuck women and leave them. They want to rap. They want to get a rap like career. And so as they're updating my Wikipedia page from this stream, make sure you add, he's a huge proponent of critical race theory. It's like, there's no bigger fan of critical race theory than ostracized, racist, bigot, homophobe Owen Benjamin. Let's see how that goes. It's like, oh my God, did you hear Owen said that blacks shouldn't be doctors and they should know their place? Yeah, what was that about? Oh, he's just promoting critical race theory. Dude, if you tell blacks as kids, that they're oppressed by whites, they live that way and then they're oppressed by whites. It's awesome. It's like, guys, it's the best. The best way to keep the blacks in their place is start at a young age, telling them over and over again, whites are oppressing you. Whites are oppressing you. Hey, look, you think 2 + 2 is 8, but we'll give you an A because you're oppressed by whites. I don't see the oppression. That's just a little kid. Yeah, but he's white, so he's better. Guys, I need it. You fucking idiot right-wingers running around trying to get rid of critical race theory. Who's going to teach the blacks their place? They're just going to run around thinking they doctors. They're not doctors. They're basketball players and criminals. Oh, the only way you can keep a black down is you tell them from a young age. Listen, Timmy. Listen, DeShantre. It doesn't matter the laws. It doesn't matter anything. All that matters is you're black. So that white kid is going to have an advantage over you. But why? But why? Because he's white. So what does that mean? So it means we're going to pretend you're smarter than you are, and we'll give you A's, and so then you actually degrade, and you don't develop at all. And then when it's go time and you have your first setback, you're going to blame whites, and then you're going to crumble, and then you're going to degenerate into a slave. And so then the white will feel shame and odd guilt, and they'll make up for it by wearing masks and injecting themselves with poison, but they'll be in control and they'll keep control. And you will end up probably in prison, and they'll just keep blaming it on their skin, even though they're not in prison. Little Brittany, marching for BLM, would she exchange places for a black man in prison right now? No. Prisons are 90% black. It's a population of 13%. Okay, so how do you keep that going? Guys, come on. If we didn't have critical race theory, these motherfuckers would not know that they're slaves. Have fun with that one, Wikipedia. But these kids, then who gonna blame? Then who gonna blame when DeShantre doesn't know he can be a doctor? DeShantre should not be a doctor. They should run full speed at each other's heads for the amusement of their Jew owners. It's called the NFL. A handful of Jews own all these blacks, and what they do for their amusement, they make them run full speed at each other's heads. Then by 30, 35, they have dementia, and they want to put a bullet through their brain. And why? Because the Jews find it very amusing. How are we supposed to get these people to act like orcs from Lord of the Rings if we don't start young? Critical race theory is necessary. These motherfuckers, these black motherfuckers are going to think they can be a doctor. No, you're oppressed by the whites. You're oppressed. 1863 on Juneteenth was a mockery. Because of your skin color, you're down, I'm up. Literal spit take at the NFL joke. Not even a joke. What is it? It's black men running full speed at each other's brains for the amusement of Jews. Ta-da! Let's see how fast we can run at each other's head. War. Because the Jew will give us green square and then we buy high top. Okay, if you want this world that we all enjoy, nothing feels better than watching a couple of blacks run full speed at each other's brains as some Jews in a little box go like this and throw senseless fractional reserve money on their fucking heads. Okay, you got to start at 5 years old to get them so degraded. All right, and what do the whites do? They kick and throw the ball because you don't want to ruin their precious minds. It's like the white mind is so valuable that you can't have them play fullback. I mean, there's a few exceptions. But they kick and they throw, and that's it. And then the Jew... All right, this has been a good time. All right, any more Super Chats? I'll open some mail. And I know I'm going to get backlash for this. I know it'll be cut up and made into montages and sent to every future theater. If you have vaccine damage... you don't understand what I'm doing. And I honest to God have compassion for that. Imagine not understanding music. Like imagine if this all sounded like separate notes and chaotic noise. Like this. Like imagine if you couldn't see the big picture. That's what these vaccines do to people. Like the ultra racist loving critical race theory is a hysterical character. You sit back and you allow the comedian to bend and flip and mess around reality so that you can see the truth better. I'm stress testing wings on an airplane. All right? So it's like, I understand that if you're vaccine damaged, you're going to watch that and go, but if you want to support what I do, P.O. Box 490, Sandpoint, Idaho, 83864. Thank you. And I have compassion. If you've been injected by aluminum, mercury, and dead fetus cells since the time you were born by your insane pill-popping mom, you wouldn't know what I'm doing either. And so it's good I'm explaining it all right now. Thank you very much. That was nice. Very simple. A little support for the stream. I like it. Here's another letter. So Vax and IQ. It's not even about IQ. We need fantasy GFL football. What does that mean, Bowler Bear? Bowler Bear, by the way, is a black gentleman. So obviously the fact he's a bear and self-empowered, has a family, grows gardens, has a great sense of humor. That means critical race theory failed. Failed. How did Bowler Bear get through? Unbelievable. Missouri sucks. So little Bowler Bear was not broken. Why is he here? Because here's the thing. This is not a racial group. If you're cool and you get it and you're a good member of this community, you can be here. Black, white, it doesn't matter. Yellow, like hand-drawn bear. But I don't like it. I don't like that I have to like Bo or Bear because he has the same values and sense of humor as me. So you got to start young. Kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Get masks on them. Tell them a word will take away their soul. Make sure they know the white man keeps them down. Even a poor white man, even though my daddy make more than the white man daddy? Yes. But why? That doesn't make sense. Because he's white and you're black. But, you know, all the music y'all make me listen to, all the black man music, it's all about committing crimes and fucking Cardi B's wet ass pussy and not having any family. What are you not understanding? The white man is above you, and your role is to commit crimes and get your black ass right into prison. But how come white man music is more about like loving their daddy, like My Old Man and shit like that? Like, you know, why is all music about committing crime and getting strangers pregnant? Because if you fucking didn't, you would get power. And then that black skin would actually fucking be able, you'd have to listen to it. But please update your list. We have, nice, thank you. Nobody wants to listen to a black man talk. But how come everybody in the media say that we need more black voices and it's all about... Because it's the opposite. Do you not understand black magic? Banks that destroy money. Hospitals that make people sick. Food with no vitamins and minerals in it. Moms that all work... Do you not get the fucking joke? All right, Big Bear, this is what's known as an amateur radio OSL card. If you ever take up radio, give me a call. I'm 500 miles away. Why, thank you. You're very sweet. Thanks. Maybe I should get into radio. Broadcast my shit on the AM. People fighting against critical race theory. Do you not understand? You're giving up your legacy. These black motherfuckers won't know why they're in prison. Because it'll be naked tyranny at that point. But if we don't start young, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm talking rap, horrible diets, no dad, I'm talking get them young. Put them in public school, no father figure, and tell them over and over again, your black skin keeps you down, your black skin keeps you down. If we don't do it, how are we supposed to get them in prison? They'll look around and say, what the fuck is this? We need a narrative, ladies and gentlemen. Got to get them in debt. Keep breathing as long as possible. Happy belated birthday, Osagioki Bear. Thank you. And by the way, I was very generous. Very, very sweet person. All right. Let's read some letters. Get him on that grape drunk. All right. Yes, Black Corky, Pope Corky, and President Corky should all have a conversation. Black Corky, why do you keep telling me that white people oppress me? Like, just rewatch this. Dude, I actually really like this guy. I do. I think I'd be friends with a guy like this. I know I'm being comedic with the saying he shouldn't be a doctor and all that. He shouldn't be a specialized doctor, I should say. You know, he's just too emotional. I want my specialized doctors to act like fucking Hannibal Lecter. You know, I don't want him to be like, these kids, you know, I want him to be a general practitioner. Maybe an optometrist, maybe an ass doctor like Denmark Bear, but definitely not like cardiac surgeon or something. But anyway, he doesn't understand that the point of critical race theory is to keep them down. He's like, him and all these autists are acting like that's not the point. Watch this.
Don't keep any of them from getting there. So the CRT stuff, BS.
All right, watch just a little bit of this.
When you talk about critical race theory, which is pretty much going to be teaching kids how to hate each other, how to dislike each other.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what it's going to
Hang on. This is the character I'm going to do. I'm going to do the extremely racist guy that doesn't understand what's happening. Like, hang on. All right, I'm the extremely racist guy in the audience, not understanding that I'm the guy that thinks everyone understands eugenics. Hang on.
When you talk about critical race theory,
Yeah.
it's pretty much going to be teaching kids how to hate each other,
Yeah.
how to dislike each other.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, I don't care what it's pretty much what it's going to all come down to. You're going to deliberately teach kids, this white kid right here got it better than you because he's white? You're going to personally tell a white kid, oh, the black people are all down and suppressed. How do
Yeah.
I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed?
What the fuck? How do you have 2 medical degrees?
2 medical degrees. No mom, no dad in the house. Worked my way through college. Sat
Boo.
there and get through college. You gonna tell me somebody that looked
Boo.
like kept me from doing that? Are you serious? Not one white person ever came to me and say, well, son, you're never gonna be able to get to work because you know the black people. But guess what?
We
What's
failed
about this whole thing
again.
that I'm doing right now is already something I do in my community right now to speak out against stuff because black folks are getting told by other black folks, oh, you know you ain't gonna be able to do nothing out there in the world because them white folks ain't gonna let you get no. Oh, you know you
Yes.
ain't gonna do it because
They're
the
getting
white-
it.
the white man-
They're
the white
enforcing
man
it
keep you
for
down.
us.
Well, how did I get where I am right now?
I don't know.
Some white man kept me down.
Bullshit.
How am I now directing over folks that look just like you guys in this room right now? How? What kept me down? What oppressed me? I work for myself from off the streets to where I am right now. You gonna sit here and tell me this lie?
Boo.
This the reason why black folks can't get ahead because of white folks? Are you kidding me? This is what we come to now. I can't believe we even talking about this right now. The last thing we're gonna say right here is something that's crazy. Martin Luther King said he wanted his kids to grow up in a world where they are judged by the contents of their what? Their character, not their skin.
No.
They letting this stuff go on right now. It is absolutely doing the complete reverse of what he's doing. So when February comes, don't talk about Martin Luther King. When February comes, don't talk about Black History Month. Y'all gonna sit there and just pretty much pee on his grave with
Yeah.
this nonsense?
Yeah, pee on his
That's
grave.
exactly what's gonna happen. Lastly, we are talking about our kids. We are talking about our children. What's
It's
so sick about
kids,
me, I love
not
the Discovery
kids.
Channel. You will see that on the Discovery Channel, animals will put their lives on the line to protect their children.
Animals.
from
Animals. Who
danger.
knows what he
Nobody
is?
wanna get to the heart of the matter, get to the meat of the matter, get to more of the story. When it all comes down to it, the person that's going to be suffering from this, the one's going to be hurt from this, is the kids.
Kids.
10 years
It's
from now,
kids.
this stuff
There's
goes
an
on,
I.
Whose fault is it going to be? Whose fault is it going to be? Who we going to look back on the blame for this?
The
Because this
whites
stuff
that
is
didn't
going
hold the
on.
line.
This stuff is going on right now. I do this stuff on a daily basis. I'm in the hood. I'm in the communities.
Stay there.
I'm out there with folks in their face. I've been doing this stuff since I was 18 years old, talking to black folks. And you know what? None of them are buying this nonsense.
Fuck.
None of them are. But if
You gotta be
implement
kidding
this in
me.
the School system, I guarantee you to the day that I die, I'm gonna be the very person right there debunking stuff, tearing stuff down, letting them know they can do exactly what I did and get exactly where I am by putting themselves to work and getting there. And ain't not one white person ever gonna keep any of them from getting there. So
It's a-
CRT stuff, BS.
This is bullshit. Whites, mobilize. It's so obvious. The critical race theory is to destroy blacks. It's like this guy's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do if the black people aren't buying this bullshit? The white man can't. I'm like, what the fuck? We're losing control. That's why watching all these people like, my little Brittany is being told she's a slave master. I'm like, yes. And dude, obviously I'm not for critical race theory. I'm being very comedic, and I know Wikipedia will not understand that. But the point isn't to keep whites down, it's to keep blacks down. That's the point. In the end of the day, they want to keep everyone down. But the blacks, they want way down. Way down. All right, let's read some letters. Don't get me wrong. They have ways to keep the whites down. Cucking, worshiping their women, porn, video games. Dude, don't get me wrong. There's many weapons the beast has against the white man. But when it comes to race, it's always against the blacks. Always. I got my master degree. How do I got 2 doctorate degrees? It's like, I don't know. That's crazy. All right, greetings, Owen of House Bam. Hurricane Barry here, reporting from the lovely muggy mosquito-infested state, your trusty dirt bucket, and I so clearly call home. This is my second letter to the great Bod King of Bataria, and with it I bring tidings of great joy. Oh, and real quick, let me just make a point. I'm not even making claims, I'm just being funny. See, this is one thing that's destroying mainstream comedy, is what I'm saying right now will get 1,000 million interpretations. It's one of the good things about being censored. I don't have to deal with so many idiots. Like, my audience is pretty fucking awesome. But they'll be like, oh, so I'm Benjamin. It's that did. I'm Benjamin. I'm like, dude, do you not see the joke? If you don't understand the joke, shut the fuck up. Because a lot of these people don't understand the joke because they're either dumb or vaccine damaged. I've watched people take vaccines, swear to God, and start not understanding jokes. I've watched it. It's like there's something in these things that make people go, why did the chicken cross the road? Because there was food. How dare you? You're an anti-Semite. Let me read these super chats real quick. Forget about theory. Start teaching critical race fact. Thank you, Toronto Jew Bear. The Jews get it. Guys, the Jews have set up this racial pyramid flawlessly. Toronto Jew Bear, you should teach a class to us about it. Because the one group above the whites is the Jew. How do they keep us in compliance? I'll give you a hint. 6 million little reasons. All right, hilarious. Thank you, E513E. Louisiana Black Bear, the critical race bet has me in stitches. Probably one of your best. Thank you. That's from a black woman. Dude, it's ridiculous. Critical race theory is to make blacks feel like fucking slaves. And then you make the whites feel like slaves in their own special way. Bowler Bear, this stream has been very educational. May I be re-verified as Dr. Bowler Bear? I'm a doctor 2 times over. I got a doctorate in hood communication. Ain't no white man held me down. I'm like, guys, no one held him down? What the fuck have we been doing? Masturbating? Listening to Creed? Arguing over the KJV Bible versus the other fucking one? Let me guess. Debating the Trinity for 6 straight months. And instead, we could have been holding this guy down. How does he have 2 doctorate degrees? Doctor in what? Crunk? Upon my last letter I sent and read in the month of Jan, I stated how my wife and I were trying for our first babe, and how I often stoically gazed out at, where's my focus vibrating? I gotta stay focused. Nice. Stoically gazed out at the horizon that has never looked so bright. Well, within a week of that letter, my eyes were seared from the brightness coming over the horizon, and my deepest prayers were answered. My beautiful wife informed me that I would in fact be a father, and over Memorial Weekend, I learned that I would be a father to a son. Let's just hope he's not black. Ugh. Oh, by the way, you know what whites can do with each other? Make fun of each other. You want to know why? Because we're treated superior. If you can't make fun of a black, the context is they can't handle it. Who can't handle things? Retards, slaves, people that are stupid. Me mocking blacks and all the bullshit and not putting like kid gloves on is a sign of respect unless you're gay. Sodomites notoriously get too sensitive because their rectums have been damaged. The anal fissure is not just the ship that Terry and Gary sailed around the world on, sodomizing each other. It's a real thing. It happens to your ass. That's why sodomites are so sensitive all the time. They're like, oh my God, don't say that. It's because their assholes are sensitive. They've been hurt. They've been damaged. Now they have to wear Depends. Woodshot Bear says, glad to see you taking the weekend resets, brother. Got to balance the crush. Indeed. Thank you, Woodshot Bear. All right. Equal race theory. Now everyone can be a retard. No, I need critical race theory. How are they supposed to know their place? Well, see, the thing that could happen, though, if we get rid of critical race theory and the blacks no longer know their place, the good thing that comes from it is they can start making their own communities. How does that help us? Because they're no longer dependent. I think it's something to think about, ladies and gentlemen. I think damaging the young Bowler Bear's mind is not good. I know, as a white man, I want critical race theory. How else are you supposed to keep their big dicks in check unless from the time they're really small, you tell them they're slaves to people with white skin? I get it. But if you don't, let's say you have these real balanced, raised blacks, taught by their own people, raised with fathers, all this stuff. they would then be empowered to have their own little black Tarias. And what does that do? It raises the quality of our entire civilization. We no longer have to manage them and take care of them. All right. Black doctors throw theses at each other. That's pretty funny, Green Thumb Bear. I disavow that joke though. I like to keep, it's like my humor is very mathematical, and the joke is my character wouldn't even say that. I don't know. It's very funny though. I like how it rhymed. Crunktaria. No, but don't you want blacks that aren't broken? I do. I like being around blacks that get it. Like some people that have broken the most spells are black as night. After Tuskegee experiment, that's why some of the biggest anti-vaxxers in America are black as night. Black as a fucking eggplant. Okay. I don't want to say I am proud because I feel pride is wrong word to describe how I feel. If I were to put this into words, I would say I am deeply humbled, and even more so about a daughter. But you see, I hail from a family line where all first children were men, and we all share the same name for 5 generations uninterrupted. At the very least, I think that is super cool. Yeah, that's super cool. You should want a son if you have that kind of line. But that's not like anti-girl. Thomas Sowell gets it. He has a hard time reading. Have you guys ever seen Thomas Sowell try to read? I'm not trying to be a dick. But he also is a shill to certain Z word. He knows who butters his bread. Don't get me wrong. Black, redneck, white, liberal changed my whole worldview. He was the first guy to introduce me the difference between culture, race, tribe, religion. Like, I was making a lot of category errors. Black, redneck, white, liberal, if you eliminate all the... But there is a good point about the Jews, though, because it's like, obviously, you know who he's promoting. But he does make a point that right before a collapse, the Jews are usually kicked out of a country, and that he's making the point that the Jew is needed for the... which is insane. But blaming the Jews usually does come right before collapse. When you say it's not our debt, it's not our porn addiction, it's not our pill popping addiction, it's the guy who sold it to me. He calls the Jews the middleman. Yeah, exactly. And he does have, dude, he's actually right. I'm going to retract my criticism of him, except for the fact he has a hard time reading fact. The Jews are the middlemen. There is a group that call themselves Jews that aren't Jews that are really fucking evil. That's why it's tough saying Jews, because there's a difference. The Jew is a word that a lot of the most evil people in the world hide behind, and they have nothing to do with being Jews. Like, literally not at all. But the middleman aspect is true. Like, if you took 100 people and they had the same desires and you got rid of all the Jews, another guy would emerge as the Jew. Basically, it's the merchant class. The merchant class, maybe he has dyslexia. Yeah, but when everybody's like, oh my God, look at this wonderful scholar. Wow, blacks are super smart. And then he's like, I'm here today. Don't get me wrong, I understand. Some really smart people have dyslexia. But it's like crazy that no one points it out. They're like, how come he can't read? The parasite class. Yeah, but you're also the parasite class if you buy it. This is the next level of self-ownership, why blaming Jews is a red flag. Because it's like, that's like blaming, like the war on drugs blamed drug dealers for people using drugs. Abortion laws blame that for people having abortions. If you take real self-ownership and you're like, we can lower the abortion rates with strong morality and good, strong family values until people don't want to have an abortion. It's the same with that shit. It's like, the Jew doesn't make you watch porn. You know, it's like they just sell it to you. Like the Jew doesn't, the drug dealer at the Fish concert doesn't make you do acid. It's you seeking out the drug dealer. And the Jews just historically have been merchant class. And I'm not even going to say it's because they're bad. It's like, so have a lot of Arabs. It's because of the location of their tribe. The Middle East, my downtown on our globe is what my old social studies teacher used to say, is a lot like Italy. It's like an area, like Italy and the Mediterranean was in between a lot of areas, so you develop a trading culture. Buy low, sell high. That is going to lead to immorality unless you keep a real tight lid on it. It's like if you're going to have trade between China and Europe, the area in the middle is going to be, it's going to develop naturally through terrain, merchant class. And so then if you develop debt, you lose your morality, all this stuff. It's like there's commandments not to put your neighbors in debt, like literally. So if you lose track of that and you start doing all these fractional reserve banking and all this crazy shit, it becomes very evil. And it's like farmers don't have that temptation. Farmers are really tied to the seasons, to truth, to like, same with hunters. It's like, you make a mistake, you don't get the kill. You don't, you sleep, you become a drunk, you don't get the alfalfa hay this year, you know? Merchant class is different. If they can hold a territory, Israel is the most valuable land in the world because of its location. When you have the wealth of Europe, resources of Africa, you know, industriousness of China with the black powder and the silk and all that, and you have shipping right there, right on the Mediterranean that also has trade routes going all over the world. It is like the spot. And so you can go around Africa in two different directions. And so it's like, that's going to create a group of people that become extremely shifty. And it's like, I think if you wiped out all the Jews in that area, you would have another group that resembled them in like 100 years. I think that when there's that demand, you're going to create it. It's like the demand and the location creates the people to do it. And that's why I have no problem with Jews, because they don't affect me as long as I don't agree to their terms. And I can say Jews, quote unquote, because almost all of them are in these trades. It's like saying Canadians. Like I can make, this is why another reason why comedians are getting so hammered these days, because we're based in generalities. It's like, you can say Canadians have sticky hands from maple syrup, or they're, you know, they're real passive or whatever, and no one cares. But the minute you say Jews are traders, you know, buy low, sell high, that's why trader and trader, I think, sound the same. Because it's like if you're buying goods to sell goods to someone else, which is a demand in that area, you're going to create a people that are shifty. And so it's like, I've grown to like them now that I'm out of debt. Now that I'm out of, I paid off my wife's student debt. I don't have a mortgage. I don't watch pornography. I don't do drugs or anything. I've grown to think they're charming. And you're going to think I'm crazy for that. Oh, how dare you, the Jew. I've reconnected to enjoying them because of their crazy, unjustified chutzpah. It makes me laugh. I think it's almost like every now and then you'll get a gamma troll, and I almost really do want to be like, nice chutzpah, bro. All right. Anyway, other than that, our little corner of Bertaria is thriving with our 3 vegetable gardens. All right, this is kind of a long one, but I wanted to. Oh, Hurricane Bear here. Hey, let me just read the end here. I know I'm just rambling. Hurricane Bear, onward to Bertaria. My wife is glowing with life and love, and I am working every day to stand taller and be a better man. That's amazing. Thank you for the letter, brother. I love it. Congrats on your daughter, or your son. Congrats on keeping your name going there. All right, what else I got here? Dear Big Bear, sorry for the letter being typed. I have really bad handwriting. Also, I sent this a few weeks ago, but I think I labeled it wrong. Maybe Verified is real cosmology bear. Welcome. I've only been a bear since the start of Tea Time with Gary and Terry. Rest in peace. I watched only 2 episodes before deciding to become a bear because everything you said resonated with me so much. I had the same opinion as you on the Trinity before I started watching, so it was cool that I sync with that. I heard about your interest in the Quran, so you might like my video about the compatibility of the Quran and the Bible on my YouTube page, Real Cosmology. That sounds interesting. I'm friends with Saracen Bear, who is a Muslim and has been teaching me so much about Muslims in the Middle East that I was unaware as a Christian. Yeah, it's fascinating, and anyone who has a problem with that can get the fuck out. All right. I decided to write this letter because you liked my comment in the chat one day about communism, and I thought I should give my full opinion on it and the vicious cycle that the so-called elite use to control the masses. My view of communism, based on what I have read, is that it mimics early Christianity. Oh yeah, his comment was amazing. Like I said in the chat the other day, communism is always like the devil promising you the kingdom of God and then never doing it. The core promises of communism are never implemented because they use the utopia promise like a carrot on a string. Exactly. Communism is oddly the kingdom of God promised by the devil. Isn't that interesting? Where it's like that equality amongst men, that brotherhood amongst men is doable in the kingdom of God. It's not doable with feather pen law, banks, all that stuff. That blew my mind when I read that. Because when you read about the kingdom of God in the Bible, it sounds shockingly like communism, but not the way it's implemented, because man has free will. They have to choose it. You know, when you have different people in society, and people will spiral because they don't understand the kingdom of God, where it's like, when they're like, oh, so you don't think a fucking brain surgeon should get more money than a stupid laborer? It's like, you're still off. In the kingdom of God, it doesn't matter. Because it's whoever, you use your talents as best as you can to serve God, and then the fruit is unimaginable. You're still in the scarcity model. The kingdom of God is unlimited. So by being like, oh, but I have more paper clips. I got more paper clips than you. It's like, some people don't understand what the kingdom of God is because you're serving God, not money. So out of that, your life would be unlimited beauty. It's like right now you're still thinking bigger house or like more time at a beach or something. It's like, if you're living to serve God as best as your talents have been given to you, the laborer and the brain surgeon would both be living unimaginably better lives, because the world would be, you wouldn't be clinging to like gold coins in a desert. It's like, I see it so clearly. The communism is forced brotherhood between men, but it's all based on envy. It's literally the inverse, because envy is like the opposite of that brotherhood. In the kingdom of God, things are so amazing, you don't even think about big houses. Right, and dude, you could live in it doesn't matter the size of the house. The quality of your living would be unimaginably better no matter what. I've house sat for people in $10, $20 million mansions. It's not what you think. Like, I have a dream of the ultimate living situation, and it isn't a Malibu mansion on a hill surrounded by sodomites. That's literally hell, where you can't find your keys. You don't know where your dog is. Like, you get drunk on the balcony and you fall to your death only to be sodomized by a passing gang of wolves. You know, it's like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but it's like castles and airships. You know, I can see what a kingdom of God wealth would really look like. And it's mind-blowing. Like, people don't even see it yet. Where you have your castle wall structure and you have your, you'd have a form of nobility, but it wouldn't be that. It would be different. But you'd have people living there that are holding down the structure. But it would also be inside the castle walls in times of war, in times of, if war existed, you know. But surrounding it would be like other stone cottages and homes and fields of sheep and goats and cows, and you know, everybody would be working and watching each other's children, and no one would rather be in the castle than in their setup, because the castle would be an area where people were constantly their job would be harder. Like, there's a trade-off between status and responsibility. Right now it's the upside down. You think status gives you less responsibility. In reality, it's more. So right now, people see $1 billion as freedom from responsibility. If you're godly, it's like the minute I started doing better and I had more of a financial founding, I had a strong responsibility to share it and spread it. That's what Beartaria Times is. That's what Unbearables Media and all this stuff I'm doing is. You know, Beartaria, the Great Bear Trail, the map is being reconstructed right now. All this stuff is out of my responsibility, because with great wealth, with great gifts comes great responsibility. And it's so obvious. We've done more with the Bertari Times app than Trump ever did with social media. How is that possible? I don't have billions of dollars. That was from like silver coins in a P.O. box. So it's like, imagine someone with billions of dollars, quote unquote, with the responsibility of the kingdom of God. That would be insane. Think about what you could do. Think about the fruit would be unimaginable. The deserts would turn green. And so that's why the people in the cottages wouldn't envy the people in the castle, because the cottage people would have more freedom. Back in the day, the people that built those beautiful cathedrals in Europe worked 12 weeks a year on the cathedrals. 12. You know, it's mind-blowing. They weren't slaves, quote unquote. They weren't like broken. They were like free men. That's why they were called Freemasons. Oh, how dare you? Freemason is so bad. It's like, it's the origins. A Freemason was someone with such skill, but wanted to live with freedom, and they could just build shit whenever they wanted. And when you look at the structure of it, the beauty of it, you're like, those guys fucking crushed. You know, now like whacking off in a fucking casket doesn't sound very appealing to me, but it's like, that's what Freemason meant if you go back and look at the origin of it. And so with great wealth, if you accept the responsibility of it, you're living. Let me just finish this mail. I'm going on and on. All right. What I have seen because it's like, okay, like right now, poverty is great responsibility, which sounds crazy, but it is. Like working class America, like the cops, not poverty. How should I put this? Poverty of time and stress. Like the people that are holding down society have more on their plate. They have more responsibility than the men in the castles right now. And that's crazy. It's completely inverted. So the cops that are facing murder charges, if they kill a guy trying to stab a baby, those guys have a lot of responsibility. Meanwhile, you know, the Joe Rogans of the world, their only responsibility is to accept sodomy from the devil. All right, I'm being crazy. I've got to focus. What I've seen with communist uprisings is that whatever group that control it takes most of the basic rights away, claiming that these rights were given back to the people one by one, the closer the country gets to utopia, right? Which actually becomes hell. The government having all the power uses the state-run media. It's still the bank, though. It's always the bank. It's not the government. The state-run media to brainwash the worker with false promises, usually money, greed-based. Yeah. But it's not. It's bigger than the government. The government is always the fall guy. You know, it's more than that. To control the means of production and always make excuses on why they can't get to utopia. They will usually blame some other country for it or say that true communism can't be implemented until the whole world is communist. Exactly. This gets them soldiers for war while all that time the leaders are living luxuriously on the fruits of labors they claim to fight for. Exactly. If the working class and citizens ever, that's why fruit is fractal. That's why what's as above, so below, as below, so above. So if you can't implement your idea with 5 people, how are you going to do it with 5 billion people? It's actually the exact opposite. It becomes way, way, way harder. If you can't show me your plan with a few thousand people, like what we're doing with Bertaria, it's like, how are you going to do it with a few billion? You can't. It falls apart. Unless you can scale it. Like if you make the small fractal extremely stable, like a honeycomb, and then you just keep scaling it, you can get to the castles and the airships. All right. If the working class and citizens ever became wise, I disagree on this, to the whole scheme, then the elites staged a revolution to implement a democracy. I think it's because of the average person's sin. If you're not wise to it, it means you choose not to be wise to it. There's all these people that are dying now from vaccine injury, and they're like, how could I have known? What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, there's warnings on the label. Like, there's all kinds of people talking about the horrors of vaccines, and it's like, how could we have known? You chose not to know. And Marx believed global communism would lead to stateless utopia because he was really a libertarian. The state, Marx hated the state. Oh, how dare you? The government controlling everything. Romans 13 is good. I like it. I know I've gotten pissed about it in the past, but I understand it. Doesn't mean wear your mask. And if you look at it, the state never even mandated it. It was all implied. Dude, I faced zero zoning backlash for Ursa Rio with Bertaria. Zip. It was media. And it was like one gay guy. You know, it's like, it's all an illusion. Like Karl Marx wanted a stateless society. He was an anarcho-capitalist. But a lot of people don't want to admit that. They're like, oh, the state's oppressing me. It's about, okay, the best marketing is always to liberate you from your guilt. A living man feels guilt when he doesn't serve God. That's why think of the greatest ad campaigns in history. Just do it. Just do it. Why is that the greatest slogan in history as far as effectiveness? Because deep inside, people we're born with morality. We know when something's wrong. Nike says, just do it. It has nothing to do with shoes, guys. The shoes are a joke. Piles of shoes. Nike's shoes don't matter. They're selling you an idea. And the swoosh is just like the Amazon smile. It's a crooked smile of the devil. And how dare you? It's a crooked smile, guys. It's the whole thing about satanic punchlines. The Kindle Fire is where you get your books. Huh. What do you use to burn something? Kindling? What notoriously is what tyrants do to books? You burn books. The Kindle Fire is where you get your books. And how dare you? It's the easiest way to burn books in human history is to burn it off the cloud. It's called the Kindle Fire, kindling. The Nike swoosh and the Amazon thing are both a crooked smile. It's right in plain sight all the time. And people, they're their own Benjamin. Dude, it's right there. If you stop jerking off to porn for 1 week, you would see some of the shit that I see. Just do it. You know, it's always the biggest ad campaigns that are the most effective are always to eliminate the shame people feel and the guilt people feel from not serving God. The I'm loving it jiggle. Yeah, I'm loving it. What? Stuffing myself with poisonous food? Taco Bell, run for the border. What does that mean? Break immigration laws? Bite the apple. Yeah. What are some of the other ones? All right. What are some? I can't even think of like major slogans right now. Always passing the buck on personal responsibility. Yeah, exactly. Zero carbon footprint book burning. Hilarious. Have it your way. It's just naked. Have it your way. Just do it. I'm loving it. Bite the apple. Get a Kindle Fire. Come on, man. Oh, and Benjamin DeBandman. Why am I so hated by the demon? Because it's like, I'm saying don't just do it. Don't just do it. Just don't it. Better together, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, exactly. Can you hear me now? Right. What are some other ones? O'Reilly. Yeah, it's about getting fucked. It's always a woman doing it. O'Reilly. Auto parts. They tap into human. Yeah, it's all about sin. Guys, it's literally, it's not about selling a product. It's selling a relief from God's tyranny is how they describe it. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Own slogan is like, now stop. Now stop. The type of democracy that is born out of this depends on how wise the masses are. Sometimes they can be fooled into thinking that the government is now a democracy, when in reality nothing has changed. By the way, I think democracy is for gays. Yeah, democracy isn't a good alternative, guys. Like, the definition of sanity, according to the Sodomites, is to go against going against the majority. We're all insane for going against allegedly, not my definition. It's like, to go against the mask compliance made you insane by the definition of democracy. If 51% think something's good and you think it's bad, oh, Subway smells like vomit, eat fresh. Eat fresh. The slogan was said by a notorious pedophile. Look big picture, guys. The spirit realm, the metaphysical realm is operating people as meat puppets. Eat fresh. Said to you by a convicted pedophile. Jared. Eat fresh. Once you pop, you can't stop. Pringles. Is that talking about cum? Taste the rainbow. Skittles. You deserve it. You know, all this stuff about you deserve it. Taste the rainbow. Suck a dick. Once you pop, you can't stop. Eat fresh. Just do it. You know, no limits. Holy shit. Yeah, no, you get it. You see it, right? Lay's, you can't just have one. You can't have just one. It's basically saying when you indulge, when you stuff your fat fucking face, it's good. Got milk? And what is a milk mustache? What's that whole white on the face look like? It looks like cum on face. Remember the banned Skittles commercial where Skittles were just squirting everywhere like cum? Yeah, the whole thing. That's why it's getting more and more demonic, because the more, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I used to do a bit about how it was all a bunch of cunts. It's like, maybe she's born with it. And one of the cunts goes, maybe it's Maybelline. Starburst, inexplicably juicy. Stay thirsty, my friends. That means don't be satisfied. Stay demonic. Stay thirsty, my friends. Think about that. Obey your thirst. Obey your greed. Obey your lust, says Sprite. Obey! Obey your thirst! What happens here stays here, says Las Vegas. Yeah, just look at all of them. And even the ones that don't appear at first like this is what they're doing, I can explain it. NVIDIA, microchips is Latin for envy, yeah. Carl's Jr., without us, some guys would starve. That's intense. Every liquor commercial is criminally deceiving. Stay thirsty basically means avoid water, right? Del slanted, E makes a V devil. Good to the last drop, Maxwell House. Airbnb belong anywhere. Right. Airbnb is horrible with that. Belong anywhere. Anywhere you have money. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. You want to be. It's everywhere. What is everywhere? Debt. What's in your wallet? Yeah, it depends commercials. Shouldn't have sat on that dick. That wouldn't work. What will work is, you like sodomy? We'll collect the poop. All right, the happiest place on earth, Disney World. Not your home. It's the place with the pedophile mouse. All right. Axe, spray more, get more. You think that's not about cum? Spray more, get more. Taste the rainbow. Ugh. This is crazy. It's all satanic homo shit. Welcome to my world, Alex. Welcome to my world, buddy. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. All right. I gotta land the plane. There's more to this, but I really enjoy this. Much love to you, and the Bears keep crushing. May Yahweh bless Bertaria 100-fold. Thank you. I'm gonna play some of those, the 1 in a million that was requested, and that Let It Be mashup. Farmers Insurance. We are farmers. Exactly. Red Bull gives you wings. Like what? A fallen angel? Red Bull, the Red Bull gets you wings. You see it, right? Oh, how dare you seeing things? Obey your thirst. Obey your thirst. The devil may be a comedian, but his cousin in advertising. But his cousin is in advertising. Exactly. This is wild. Gatorade. Is it in you? Exactly. Is it in you? It's all sexual. It's all highly sexual. Spray. Once you pop, you can't stop. The fuck's that about? State Farm is a good neighbor, not your actual neighbor. Here's a slogan. It's my money and I want it now. J.G. Wentworth. Right. And dude, that's what it's my money and I want it now. Much love, BB. Thank you, Comfortable Bear. Bad Skin says, found out I'm going to be a father. Late 30s, but never too late. Thanks for your help the past 2 years. Any bear-approved pregnancy forums for advice? Beartari Times app. Just get to know people. New rap duo, Vax Damage and Anal Fisher. The stream is killing me. Thank you. Yeah, this stream's been very good. All right, let's play 1 in a million. Like the ultimate, you know, obey your indulgence is literally what every ad is saying. KFC, finger licking good. How does someone usually start fucking? They finger, then they lick, and then they go, good. Every kiss begins with K, exactly. Finger licking good. Once you pop, you can't stop. Taste the rainbow. Obey your thirst. Just do it. This is a gay demon whispering in your ear all the time. Arby's, we have the meats. Burger King, have it your way. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Coca-Cola, open happiness. But we're the crazy ones, right? Because just because most people can't see, they're surrounded at all times by demonic energy. Wendy's, where's the beef? Says a little girl in pigtails. Where's the beef? Cries Wendy. Oh, you're saying things, Big Bear. Eat fresh, said by a pedophile. Guess I needed some time to get away. I needed some peace of mind, some peace of mind that'll stay. So I thumbed down a 6. No, it goes. So I thumbed it down to 6 in LA. Maybe a Greyhound could be my way. Police and niggas, that's right. Get out of my way. Don't need to buy none. Your gold chains today. And I don't need no bracelets clamped in front of my back. Just need my ticket, that's right. Won't you come in some slack? You're 1 in a million, that's what you are. You're 1 in a million, babe. You're a shooting star. Maybe we'll see you before you make us cry. You know we tried to reach you, but you were much too high. Immigrants and faggots, they make no sense to me. They come to our country, think they'll do what they please, and start some mini Iran or spread some fucking disease. They talk so many goddamn ways, it's all Greek to me. Yeah, yes we can, Barack Obama. Exactly. It's all about relief from morality. And once you see it, it doesn't work on the M&M's. Melts in your mouth, not in your hands. Put it in your mouth, not just your hand. I'm just going to read more of these. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Dude, oh, you're seeing it everywhere. Dude, you can't possibly read this and not see it. There's a Panda Insurance. No way. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation. Yeah, there's Brabble there. But, democracy dies in darkness. Buy 'em by the stack. Original White Castle slogan. Snickers satisfies. We want the meats. Apple, think different, which means go against morality. Dude, the best, the weakest ones are the ones that are so obvious, like suck on the rainbow and spray and squirt. Like, it'll get the lowest type of person. The way for Satan to get the higher grade people, the higher quality people, is to appeal like think different. What can that mean? That can mean anything you want. And it's high IQ enough where you can get a range of people. Like squirt in my mouth, not in my hand. Like that's going to get like children and retards. But like let's look up Audi or something like that. Hang on, let me see Audi slogan. Like something that's pushed to being ahead through technology. You see how that is satanic, but it's not as obvious. It's like you get ahead through technology, not morality. Yeah, Campbell's soup. Good. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. Just put an S on there. Think outside the buns. Think outside the bun. Run for the border. Just do it. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Taste the rainbow. Obey your thirst. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. It's so fucked up. All right. We have the meats, Arby. Yeah, we have the meats. All right. What's some other? So easy. A caveman can do it. Geico. Bert Kreischer needs to think outside the buns for once. Reebok pump. Nike, just do it. All right, let's just take a look real quick of the most famous slogans. Nike, just do it. Apple, imagine like this would be from a demon. Just do it. Think different. Where's the beef? Open happiness. You're worth it. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. A diamond is forever. It's just like, hang on, 63 iconic slogans. All right, here we go. I mean, and people are getting so degraded and they're so empty now that it's now like, suck a dick. The best a man can get, Gillette. That's it. The best you can get. That's the best you can get. You want to be the best? Think different. Bet you can't eat just one. America runs on Dunkin'. America runs on indulgence. I'm loving it. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. That's envy. Maybe she's beautiful. No, maybe it's chemicals on her face. That fucking bitch. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Think outside the bun. Think big. IMAX. Taste the rainbow is the funniest one. Taste it. Well, the rainbow is a globalist gay flag. Red Bull gives you wings like a fallen angel. What's in your wallet, says Capital One. The quicker picker-upper. I mean, that one's not too crazy. Shave time, shave money. That one's kind of cool. Have it your way. Not God's way, not your community's way, not your moral way. Have it your way. Take it where you want. All for freedom. Freedom from all. Harley Davidson. You don't think Harley Davidson is any different? All for freedom for all. Not who earned it. Not people with morality. Not people who serve God. Freedom from what? Freedom from the laws of God? Live in your world. Play in ours. PlayStation. The happiest place on earth. Eat fresh. Belong anywhere. Airbnb. I want my MTV. Because you're worth it. Is it in you? I should do a whole song that's all sexual about, is it in you? Can you hear me now? The snack that smiles back. Goldfish. Everywhere you want to be, Visa, debt. It's finger licking good. Got to catch them all, Pokemon. Easy, breezy, beautiful, cover girl. Easy. Easy. So when you look at a girl and say she's easy, what does that mean? When you say she's breezy, what does that mean? It means she's a dumb slut. Breezy and easy and beautiful. Oh, how dare you? What does easy mean when you say, that woman is easy? No, not about that. It's about the product being easy to use. Is the product breezy to use? Man, she's easy and she's breezy. You're in good hands, Allstate. All right. King of beers. Some of them are, it's not as obvious. It keeps going and going and going. Energizer. That's very sexual, guys. For people that don't understand, it's because they've never had sex before. They might as well say it keeps pumping and pumping and pumping. Obey your thirst. Have it break. Have a Kit Kat. That means don't do anything. Eat. Where's the beef, says Wendy, a little girl. Because the visual has a lot to do with it. When you have a little girl with pigtails saying, where's the beef? Challenge everything. Everything? Like sexual norms. Oh, yeah. Pedophilia is wrong. Challenge it. Snap, crackle, pop. All right. Yes, we can. L'Oreal, you're worth it. Maybe it's Maybelline. All right. Any final, I got to go. Any final entropies? That's going to be it for me today. OwenBenjamin.com for everywhere you want to follow or watch these. Unauthorized.tv, P.O. Box 490, Sandpoint, Idaho, 83864. Silly Rabbit, tricks are for kids. We trick children. No, it's not that. See, and some of them are long. Like, for example, you'd think Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions. Oh, that's not satanic. That's pretty cool. The Breakfast of Champions. Who's the most famous cover of the Wheatie box in world history? Class, any guesses? Bruce Jenner. So there's many different ways that you're being attacked morally. The Breakfast of Champions and then the Wheaties box is Bruce Jenner, who then cut off his own dick. Here's the final super chat. I disagree that the Amazon logo is a crooked smile. It looks more like a cock to me. I've thought about that. It's multiple things. The best slogans are it looks like a devil's tail, a devil's crooked smile, and a dick. Strategically placed on the side of the delivery trucks to get the bigger and smaller when the door opens and closes. The word prime right in the tip of the right. Yeah, exactly. Because the most way to keep people enslaved is through sex. That's why Jesus said, like, don't look at women in lust. You know, don't covet thy neighbor's wife. Like, these are hammered for a reason. It's like, okay, why? It's obvious. It's the devil's favorite thing, are a big dick. Same with comedians. They love dick jokes. I think dick jokes are hilarious. All right. I'll just play this song and then call it a day. There is a house built out of stone. Yeah, AT&T. Reach out and touch someone. Imagine a whispering demon saying all this shit. Reach out and touch someone. And Vox Day had a great point. I'll close on talking about this. I'm done. I'm training with Kevin a little bit. Like a good horny neighbor. No, but it's like, does anyone remember Google's original slogan? Don't be evil. You think that sounds really good, right? Like, don't be evil. Who the fuck would say don't be evil? A psychopath. Holding a knife in the dark going, don't be evil, don't be evil, don't be evil. Imagine someone just going, reach out and touch someone. Don't be evil. Taste the rainbow. Once you pop, you can't stop. Taste the rainbow. Obey your thirst. Reach out and touch someone. Don't be evil. Don't be evil. Obey your thirst. Reach out and touch someone. Don't be evil. Don't be evil. Where's the meat? Where's the meat? Have it your way. Have it your way. I'm loving it. Reach out and touch someone. Reach out and touch someone. Don't be evil. Don't be evil. Reach out and touch someone. Just do it. Just do it. Don't be evil. Don't be evil. Just do it. Don't be evil. Just do it. Just do it. Is it inside you? Is it inside you? Oh, O'Reilly. It really is sick comedy. Yeah, it is. Alka-Seltzer. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. It melts in your mouth. Get on your knees. It melts in your mouth, not in your hand. I can't believe you ate the whole thing. Once you pop, you can't stop. I dare you to eat just one. Eat fresh. Right? Racing since 1911. I don't know what that one is, but that's pretty funny. Amazon smiles a dick. My mom pointed out. But it's multiple things. That's what makes it even more powerful. It's a crooked smile as well. It's a like the head of the dick is also a dimple. Trust me, I study these things. And it looks oddly like the Nike swoosh, which is definitely a crooked smile. They say, oh no. That's why we inverted the inversion and we made the swoosh upside down as a hill with a bear on it that says, just build it. Because we can invert the inversion. That's what we do here. How many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Exactly. How many licks? Count your licks. 1. Imagine counting your licks. 2, 3. Yeah, Michael Jackson told the kids to just beat it. Each slogan is a whisper of a demon. Fact. Like, think about how few slogans are like, just build it. I might be wrong, but I'm not lying. No, it's like, I bet you can't eat just one. What happens here stays here. God isn't watching. God is dead. Imagine if there's new slogans that are like, God can't see you. Do it. All right. OwenBenjamin.com. Be fruitful, multiply. Don't be fruity and blow, guy. All right. Take it easy, everybody. I love you guys. Well, not all of you. Some of you I don't.